What's a stork? Is that a stork?
Stork.
By the way, it's fascinating to know what they say about this. They say that it's kindness, but only they say why is it a non-kosher bird though?
Right.
They say because it gives food to its friends, but it won't help other species.
You have to be part of the clique.
Yeah.
The group.
Ha'anafa, that's challenging. Ha'anafa,
Brings in the babies from others.
Ha'anafa, we have an Ha'anafa here, the heron. Is that a bird that we have here, the heron?
Yeah. There's a whole page full of herons.
Is that
And then the one on the cover.
of this?
No, the next one.
Oops.
No, the next one.
No. Oh, this is the heron?
Yeah.
Is this the bird that's it's all over the canal?
Yeah. Well, they're not so common, but no, that's the ibis. I mean, there's the ibis.
The
which is one
ibis.
with the funny beak.
Uh-huh. This has a straight beak.
Yeah, and it's very tall,
Uh-huh.
and it's 9-foot wingspan.
9 foot.
Yeah, when it stretches out, it's like that. It's because the
Yeah.
bones are hollow, very very thin bones, so that it could lift up. Very
Wow.
unusual bird.
Wow.
Good, it's good eating. Oh, it's kosher.
So this is the where are we holding? Ha'anafa, Zudaya, Ragzanis. This is the Ragzanis is a irritable daya. And daya we said was a stork. Lama nekishma anafa. Why is it called anafa? Here you have to change the girsa. You go like the Bach. Shema anfes im chavriseh, because it quarrels. It quarrels with its friends. Okay, look at this. These names here. These are very interesting names that we're going to have. Amar Rav Chanan bar Rav Chizda. I want to point this out. Rav Chizda is very important. Here we have Rav Chizda, and now we're introduced to his son, Rav Chanan bar Rav Chizda. We didn't have Rav Chanan bar Rav Chizda before. In Rav Chanan bar Rav Chizda, Amar Rav Chizda, he says the name of Rav Chizda. And Rav Chizda says, Amar Rav Chanan b'rei derava Amar Rav. He says in the name of Rav Chanan b'rei derava Amar Rav. So we don't have, here we have Rav, and somewhere over here would be Rav Chanan b'rei derava. It's not there. It's not on the list, but it's very important because it's going to tell us some relationship. There's 24 non-kosher birds. Amalei Rav Chanan bar Rav Chizda Rav Chizda. So Rav Chizda's son, Rav Chanan bar Rav Chizda, tells him, says to Rav Chizda, Dehecha, where do you get 24? Ida Vayikra, Esrim Havi. Ida Mishnah Torah, Esrim V'chad Havi. Do you want to take the time to look at this? If you count out these birds, is that what you have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's in Vayikra. It's correct. If you go to Dvarim Yudaled,
Which is that in? The barn or?
you're in Vayikra there. If you go to Dvarim Yudaled, you get an extra one. Where do we get 24? Here, well, the difficulty is that there's some extra, but there are also some that are written a little bit different. So we're going to go through it here. V'chitema, if you want to say da'a d'ksiva v'vayikra, v'lei ksiva v'mishnah Torah, shadi alayu, when you look in the Mishnah Torah, the Deuteronomy, so you don't have the da'a. So let's have the 21 from Mishnah Torah. Take the da'a from Vayikra and put it over here. Now we have 22. So the Gemara says that's wonderful, but akati asrim retain have it. That's only 22. You said there's 24. Amalei. So Rav Chizda says to his son, Rav Chanan, he says, Hachi amar avua de imach. So says the father of your mother. Mishmei de Rav, in the name of Rav. Who is the father of the mother? Rav Chanan bar Rava. That means that we now know who Rav Chizda's wife was. Rav Chizda's wife was Rav Chanan bar Rava was the daughter of Rav Chanan bar Rava. We also know from other places that Rav Chanan bar Rava was the son-in-law of Rav. So we have Rav Chizda is married the granddaughter of Rav, which is an important relationship. And what does he say? He says, Lamina, Lamina, Laminai. Laminehu. We have these extra words, to its kind, to his kind, to his kind. Harikan Arba, you have an extra 4. These are inclusions. So the Gemara says, 1 second, Ihachi, if you have an extra 4 and you just said there's 22, Estrin v'shis havi this, then there's 26. So Amar Abaya, da'a v'ra'a achasi. So true, in Devarim I don't have the word da'a. I don't have that bird, but I have a ra'a. Is there a ra in Vayikra? I don't think so. Now, if that's the case, do you see a ra there?
No.
Okay. So, the Isal Kadaitach, if it would enter your mind Tartiin, and that there's actually 2 separate birds, Michti. Let's see. Mishnah Torah is Sufi Udiyasa. The Deuteronomy is adding on extra halachas. It's telling us more, as we're going to see soon. How come it doesn't say da'a in Deuteronomy if it's coming to teach us more things? It's just coming to tell me the same thing. That it's not coming to take away from what it said, because it doesn't list the da'a here. It must be that the bird ra'a, is the same bird as the da'a, the reisha dalit. I had this recently. We were doing a get, and the person's name was Yuri, which I think was a Russian name. And the way one person was saying it, was saying Yuri, and the way the person that was saying it themselves was saying Yuri. I said, is that a D or an R? They said, it's an R, Yuri. So here we have the da and the ra. So, okay. So the Gemara says, 1 second, okay, so you got rid of 1, so akati chafhei havi, but you still have 25. Amar Rabbi, kshem shira v'da achasi, kach aya v'daya achasi. So here I have a aya, and I have a daya. It's in the same pasuk. Because if they're going to be 2, michti. Mishnah Torah sufi udiyasa. The Deuteronomy is adding on. Over here, it doesn't say lamina on the ayah. It only says lamina on the daya. To its kind. It's saying to its kind, to the wrong bird, or to a different bird. It must mean that over here in Mishnah Torah, when it says lamina on the daya, and over there it says mina on the ayah and daya have to be the same bird. If they're the same birds, so why does it have to write it twice? So it says Kedatanya, as was taught in a Braisa. Rabbi Yomi, Rabbi says, Ekar ani ayah. I call it ayah. Daya lamanemra. Why does it say daya? So that someone that's arguing shouldn't be able to give an argument. Someone's going to come along and say that this is not the non-kosher bird, this is the ayah. The non-kosher bird is the daya, even though it's the same bird. But because there's different names for it, so we have to list both of them so that no one comes along and says, no, this is the kosher one. This is not because the list of birds is not the list of kosher birds, it's a list of the non-kosher birds. Right. So if I have one that's not called the same as it's in the Torah, I'll say, oh, it's not the non-kosher one. Lakach kasav Mishnah Torah, the hara, the sa'aya, the hadaya, lamina. It has all of those in there. Meisvei, the Gemara has a question. Lama nishnu behema. Why is the laws of the non-kosher animals repeated in Mishnah Torah? It says mipnei hashasua, because there's an extra animal here, which is the shasua. Over here it says Achazel le'teichel malagim afrisia parsa hashesua. We have the shesu, which we mentioned yesterday, or 2 days ago. It's the animal that has two backs, two spines. Uba oifes, why is it repeated by the oifes? Mipnei hara. Because we have an extra bird here. We have the ra. So my lav, mi de behema de hasam la asufei. Just like over there, we're adding something that wasn't said previously. Oifes nami la asufei. So over here by the birds, we're also adding. Now, if the ra and the da is the same bird, so what do you mean you're adding? The Gemara says, lai. Don't say like that. Hasam lai sufei. By the animals, yes, we're adding an animal that wasn't mentioned in Vayikra. We're listing it in Mishnah Torah. But hachal lefrushay. Mishnah Torah is interpreting, it's not adding. Okay. Fine. Upligid Rabavo. However, this contradicts something that Rabavo says. Now, Rabavo is a Israeli Talmudic sage. Here he says he's in Caesarea. He was a student in the Rabbi Yochanan school. So now he says something different. He's not going to have 24 birds.
No.
So the Amar Rabavo, Ra'a Zu'aya. We didn't have that before. We said the Ra'a is the Da'a, and the Aya is the Daya. But he says that the Ra is the Aya. Ra'a. Why is it called the Ra'a? This is something you commented before, Rabbi David. Shiraya b'yaser. It sees very far. It says in the pasuk, Nesiv, a path, Layadu ayat, that the bird of prey doesn't know about. Ein Aya. And it didn't, the eye of the Aya did not take it in, did not absorb it. Ein Aya is the name of Rav Kook's Sefer on Brachas and Shabbos, because Aya is Avram Yitzchak HaKayan. So Ein Aya, that's the name of his Sefer. Tana, it's taught in the Brisa, a medis bevavel, that this bird, this Aya, or Ra'a, according to Rabavo, it stands in Bavel, and it could see a carcass in the land of Israel. Midara haino Aya. If the Ra is the Aya, Mechlal the Da'a lav haino Ra. Then the Da'a bird, which we said before was the Ra, it turns out it's not the Ra, because the Ra is the Aya. So it says Michti. Let's see. Mishnah Torah le'sufi udiyasa. The Deuteronomy is coming to add halachas. Ma'ishna hachad ksiv da'a, ma'ishna hasam d'leik ksiv da'a. Why does it not say da'a in Mishnah Torah? It should be telling me more halachas, not take away. Elalav shma mina must be the da'a v'ra va'aya achasi. It's all the same. It can't be missing one in Deuteronomy. Umidara haino aya. And if the Ra is the Aya, according to Rabavo, Michlal the Daya lav haino Aya. It must be that the Daya is not the Aya, which was we said before that the Daya and the Aya is the same. Ma'ishna hasam diksiv lemineo Aya, ma'ishna hachad leksiv lemineo Aya. Why over here doesn't it say lemineo on the Aya? Over here it says lemineo on the Daya. Ela Daya. Ela shmamina da'a v'ra Daya va'aya achasi. It's all the same bird. So he's not going to have 24 birds. We're going to have to take away at least one. How many does he have? Does it say over there? He has 23 or 22. Did they comment how many birds he has? Because we said the Daya and the Aya is the same. He takes away 2? No, we had 26. We said the Da'a and the Ra were the same. Now we're down to 25. We said the Aya and the Daya is the same. Now we're down to 24. He says Da'a to Da, Ra, Daya, Va'aya is all one.
Take away one more.
You take away one more. So he has 23. Tanya, start in the Brisa. I have to stop. We'll have to stop here. Okay, it's too much fun.
Are there any more birds in the next chapters? Because
Now we
books here.
Now we go to the eggs,
Eggs of
birds.
birds.